allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, can we get roll call, please?
Mayor Dave Dillon.
Here.
Council members Ken Mueller,
Here.
Norris Johnson,
Here.
Lindsee Larson,
Here.
Laurie Game,
Here.
Approval of the agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda? So move.
Second.
Any additions to the agenda tonight? I don't think so.
no additions.
Okay. All in favor indicate with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda passes. On the consent agenda tonight, approval of the minutes of the special council meeting August 12th, 2024, and the regular council meeting August 15th, 2024. Approval of bills. Resolution number 24-27, lawn mowing assessment, and resolution number 2428, approving 2024 liquor, tobacco, THC license for Firehouse Bar and Grill. Can I get a motion for the consent agenda?
A second.
I didn't get a motion. You can be the
I'll
motion.
make a motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion on those? Hearing none, all in favor indicate with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Consent agenda passes. Open forum. If there's anyone here tonight that would like to address anything that is not on the agenda, you can do so at this time. Hearing none, I'll also remind everybody, if you haven't signed in yet, to please sign in, but I think everybody did. Moving along to requests and communications, none. Ordinance and resolutions. Ordinance number 532, amending chapter 115 of the peddlers, solicitors, and transient merchants by adding mobile food units. This is the first reading. Can I get a motion for that? So move.
I'll second.
All right, we should have some discussion on this. The one question I had that Tammy cleared up for me today is we had a permit already for food trucks, and now we're just adding some things and cleaning it up a little bit, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Another thing we need to discuss is, do we want to have a limit to the licenses? So if they have a year license or permit, license, I guess it's called, a year, do we let them, is it unlimited, or is it like once a month, twice a month, 3 times a month? Same with a 6-month license. Is it just an unlimited license, or are there day limits within that license?
I would suspect it would kind of work itself out, because one type of product is, there's limited customers there, and most of these units, I mean, the reason they're mobile is they go to different towns, and you know, if they spend too much time in one town, they're not going to sell anything anyway. Right. So I think it would kind of be self-limiting.
Yes. That's a good point.
And it's, I would guess, seasonal too. I don't think they're not going to sell too many ice cream cones in the winter. And I don't know.
Well, you certainly wouldn't want to do monthly or anything like that. You know, so. No, I mean, I don't think you have that many, do you? To worry.
Coming through?
Yeah.
No, really, we haven't had a lot at events, and then the sheriff department has had them on Fridays, which has been nice, actually. That's about it,
And the
really.
ice cream truck kind of comes through.
Yep, they'll come through once in a while.
I see mini donuts.
Yeah,
On
at
Wednesdays.
the Wednesday at the Rum River Market. Correct. So at this point, it's first reading. So at this point,
Okay.
no limits at this point, or we can keep discussing it through Tammy and.
You need a motion for that?
No, we just didn't know if we were going to add that to it, that's all. We're good with the motion in the second on just the
No, I'm good
first
with
reading.
that.
Mary, did you have any thoughts on this? since you license it? Or are you okay?
We mostly wanted to add some language in there about, if there's an event, the food truck has to be invited to the event. They can't just show up and take away from, a vendor there that was already asked to be there. We want to make sure they're licensed so that the state of Minnesota has given them permission to sell food and that they've passed a background check done by us. We've increased the fee to ensure, or the fine, thank you. So that, to make sure that they are compliant and that those checks are made, just kind of for the safety of the people who are buying from the food trucks as well.
Yeah, I thought they were all good additions. They all made sense. Damien, anything? No, we're all good? Okay. Anything else? Hearing none, all in favor indicate with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? First reading of ordinance 532 passes. Ordinance 533, amending chapter 34 of the fee schedule. This is just the amendment of the fees for
them.
the food trucks. Yep, goes along with 432. Can I get a motion for that?
I'll make a motion. I'll second that.
Any discussion on that? I think Mary kind of
How
explained
does
somewhat.
this compare with what it has been in the past? And is it,
Was just $50. So we've expanded it to the 6 month and the 1 year. So we kind of looked at some other cities to see what they were doing too, so and compared it
and
with them.
it's similar to what it's been in the past, so nobody's going to be shocked or, okay, good.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ordinance 533 passes. Reports from departments, boards, and commissions. Sorry, let me scroll up here. City manager.
Yes, had a conversation with Dorothy in regards to the sound panels. Oh, I'm sorry, we're on the digital.
Yep.
Okay, digital sign proposal. We're making up the one sign, and Mary found this company, and they're just down there by Pease. And for, what is it, for 4 weeks, for 158, we could, once we get more of the information for the Milaca Junction Addition properties, we could potentially post this out there and have it right on the freeway. We could also take the sign that we're getting made up, put on this billboard too for 4 weeks. So I just wanted to see if the council was in favor of doing that at this point, or did you want to wait until maybe a little bit later to see if we get any people calling from the sign that we will be putting up?
I didn't hear the first part of it. Let me turn my hearing aids up here. They would put additional information on the sign up at Pease,
Right, on their digital sign.
on the digital sign.
Yeah,
Okay?
so that's where this would be up for 4 weeks.
That's in lieu of this, of the sign you were going to have here?
No,
or
we'll do both.
It would do both.
You do both?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It would just be, do we want to add on that digital sign for a month?
Those digital signs are really quite,
Vibrant.
I don't think you can, you'll benefit from advertising that big time,
Yes.
I think. That's my opinion.
Can that be EDC funds or?
Yes.
Then it would be a matter of timing, I would think. If we're going to do that 4 weeks, we better pick a good 4 weeks. Travel time, Labor Day, Memorial Day, whatever, kind of deer hunting.
Deer hunting.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what's coming up now.
Yeah, right.
Bow season just opened up.
Right.
excuse
I
me.
mean, duck season, you have a lot of hunters moving around, a lot of businesses moving around.
Plus you got the Milaca meets going on same time.
Right.
Well, the timing we can figure out later, correct? We
Yeah,
don't need to
we-
do that right now. We need to decide if we want to do this first.
Exactly.
Okay.
I can email the council with some times, I think that would probably fluctuate to work within that 4-week span.
Okay.
Is there anything that needs to happen before we could really start putting the word out? I mean,
Well, with the sign, it's in the process of being made, the one that's going to be permanent on the site.
I mean, as far as the development itself, is there any steps there that need to be taken? 'Cause
Possibly, that's what I was going to talk,
Right.
that's why I was going to say
Well,
we should,
Yeah, we're working
We'll have
on
to
the
talk about
survey
that.
right now, so.
Okay, yeah.
okay. So are you looking for just a motion or just some?
For a motion.
Okay.
Mhm.
I would move that we go ahead and rent that sign for 4 weeks, whenever the time is right.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Does it have to be a consecutive 4 weeks? Okay. Any other discussion on it? And then we can figure out a time that's going to be most effective and, okay. All right, hearing none, all in favor indicate with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? So we can look into doing that. And the other sign you said will be up, you're ready fairly soon?
They're working on it right now.
Okay, great. All right, moving on to police. You don't have anything, do you, Quinn, tonight?
No, and just as a disclaimer, we're not having a report this month that the reporting piece about the teaching is acting out. So I know you guys get one from Holly as well, but if you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to me. And then quick updates, our 2 squads, we're hoping, the 2 new squads we bought this year, we're hoping for those to be upfitted and on the road. They're tracking probably about 2 to 3 weeks out. We'll have them back here in town. And then Officer Barrows is back, so that's been nice to be able to fill in the schedule, utilizing him as a power car in the afternoons.
Great, thank you. Moving on to the parks. Gorecki Center Acoustics proposal.
Yeah, it's at your Rum River event that you had down there. I did have a chance to talk with Dorothy. And she did comment about how hard it is to hear down there when the building is full of people. So she kind of said it would really be nice if we could get some more acoustical panels put up. So we did have a company come in and give us, this is what his business is, and give us an idea of where these could be located to better fit the area and get better sound. So this whole quote that we have before you, the funds would come out at $216, which just to date, when I looked at what the interest earned in Fund 216 is $25.78. So, and in the fund, it has $189,704 in the fund remaining. So, just want to get approval from council to move forward with acoustical panels and adding more of them to that area.
So I'll entertain a motion for that.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion on it?
I talked to Tammy a while ago about the possibility of having some of our historic photos added down, and I'm wondering if those could kind of be incorporated, because
We talked to him about that.
it wouldn't be quite the same, but it's still a soft surface, so it would do something. But I've seen that in other places where we've got all those historic photos, like out in the foyer here, and to have those placed in the Gorecki Center so that as you look out the window, here's what it looks like today, and here's the picture right next to it. Here's what it looked like 100 years ago or whatever. It's I don't know. I thought it was really a nice touch, and you've got the different directions you could for depending on what photos we had, but we have such a wealth of historic photos. And perhaps, I know it's expensive to reproduce those photos, or to enlarge them, but, maybe possibly incorporate that in. You know, they wouldn't be as good as acoustic panels, but they're better than a hard wall. So, and maybe the costs to print those photos would be comparable to the acoustic tiles. I don't know. So maybe we could
And do a
accomplish
combination.
both. Yeah, do a combination. Because I would, if we put a bunch of acoustic tiles up and then we don't have room for photos, it would be kind of a loss, I think. But I know there's two of the photos right out in the foyer here that belong down at the Gorecki Center, because you know, it's looking, they've been taken from the old railroad trestle, you know, looking east, and I could just really see one of those right next to a window looking east out of the Gorecki Center. I think it would be a nice, I don't know, I think I'm kind of a history buff, but
Yeah, we can certainly look into that.
Yeah, I like that idea.
yeah, I don't know.
Good Tom Sauer Jerry Day project.
Yes. If they could be transferred like onto some vinyl or,
Yeah, some kind of, yeah, and maybe there's different fabrics that would be softer, more absorbent or something than, but even just a kind of a canvas fabric would be better than a hard wall.
Yeah, it would still soften it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. We have a motion and a second, didn't we? Okay.
Yep.
So with Norris's suggestion, then, anybody else have anything? Otherwise, all in favor indicate with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? So we can look at the panels and some pictures for down at Gorecki Center. Moving on to Public Works. Pay request number 2 to OMG Midwest, DBA Minnesota Paving and Materials for $190,253.65 for the 2024 street improvement project.
Move for approval?
I'll second.
Nothing unusual about that, is it? That's straight.
was that Lindsay?
Yes.
Yep.
Second, okay. Nope.
Anybody have questions on that? Not all in favor of the pay request indicate with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? So pay request number 2 passes. Moving to, still with Public Works, pay request number 3 to Northern Lines Contracting Incorporated for $312,465.69 for the 110th Avenue Improvements Project. Need a motion for that?
I'll make a motion for approval.
I'll second.
Anything on that we need to know, Tammy? Or?
Yes, we finally are into the HUD program. And so we've submitted all of our expenditures to date. And then tomorrow we will submit this $312,000 to HUD. So that's good news.
Any other questions? All in favor indicate with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Pay request number 3 passes. Just another one, pay request number 3 final to ACM LLC for $17,586.84 for the liquor store access road project. I get a motion for that.
So move?
I'll second that.
Any questions on that? Does that wrap up that project?
It does.
Okay. If no other questions, all in favor indicate with an eye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So pay request to ACM passes. Liquor store, I don't think Vicky's here. Fire department, Jess, anything going on?
We got our building fixed and the concrete fixed. That's all done, and the draining, so it shouldn't happen again. We put downspouts in and put it in the storm sewer so that we won't have the water running back into the building. And then we are putting up 3 flagpoles on the west side of the building, so that was all incorporated into the project. So we'll have a 70-foot pole in the middle and 2 40-foots on each side. So,
That'll be nice. And then your event is October 14th?
12th.
12th, okay.
And then October 14th is our council and members open house night.
Okay. Sounds good. That open house is always a good event. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Moving on, planning and zoning, nothing right now, or airport.
Airport, we have a poker run fly-in
Oh,
tomorrow.
yeah.
So that'll be interesting. So I'll be out there probably 8 o'clock till maybe 10. We'll have 20 planes flying in to pick up their cards, their poker cards. They start in Milaca, and then they go to Isle, and they go to Bowstring, then Bemidji, and then their final destination is Brainerd. So that's going to be kind of fun to kind of see some activity out there, which will be great. Yeah.
Good. All right, no committee reports tonight. Any unfinished business?
I don't have any unfinished business.
Okay, new business. Calling a special meeting for the 2025 preliminary budget. Can I get a motion for that?
I'll make the motion.
Second? And we got to come up with a date, correct? Okay.
I think we were kind of looking at September 25th.
Wednesday, September 25th?
December 26th?
Nope, September.
September.
Wednesday, September 26th.
Okay. The Thursday.
25th.
25th.
Well, holy
Wednesday the
cow.
We're getting there.
Oh, we got it yet?
25th, 25th.
We're all seeing
Okay.
different stuff.
Okay.
September 25th. And what
Do you
time?
want to do it at 5?
Fireworks, I think.
Yeah, I think if that
Okay.
works for everybody.
All right, 5 PM and here at City Hall.
That's going to be a little tight for me. I just barely get back by 5.
You want to go 5:30?
5:30?
Would it affect other people? I'm sorry.
No, you're, no,
Okay.
5:30
No, it's not a
start.
problem at all.
Thank you.
Okay, so make sure I got it right here. September 25th, 5:30 for the special meeting for the budget.
Correct.
All right. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed? So we're set for that. All right. See, a half hour is nothing, Laurie, because I got to look at changes here for our next one.
I'll work with you on those. Thank you.
We're looking at the November, December, and January council meetings. They're all on Thursdays, obviously. And I'm still coaching basketball at the high school, and we have games November, December, and January Thursdays. So I was hoping we could move maybe a day back to Wednesdays on those months, if that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So November
Amy, is that
20th?
okay with you too?
Is that going to work?
I'll make it work.
Okay, just thought I'd check with you.
So it'd be the 13th.
Yeah, I was just gonna look at that
Will it be
next.
November 20th?
Or down one.
December 18 and January 15. Okay.
December 18th?
Right, so we'd be November 20, December 18, January 15.
Flip your calendar over. Just hold it up. 2025 is on the other side.
Nice.
Would be January 15th.
Yep.
Do those dates work for everyone?
I'm good.
So we'd be November 20, December 18, January 15.
All meetings would be held at 6:30 the same time.
Great. Need a motion for that?
Yes, we
I
do.
would guess. Can I get a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any other questions on it? Otherwise, thank you very much for being flexible. All in favor indicate with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we're moving on to our Eagle Scout project. Cody Nelson. You are up. Do you want to, Mary, do you want to, you got to come to the podium, sorry.
After I gave a presentation in school today, too. Does this thing echo or no?
No, you're good.
Okay. Do you want to start with asking me questions? Do you want me to explain it?
I think explain and then we'll ask.
Okay. Do you guys know anything about other than I'm doing my project? No? Well, for my project, I noticed that in both Rec and Trimble Park, we don't really have any cooking grills besides the one over by the skate park. And I know that in other cities that I've been to at their big town parks, they have a couple cooking grills. So all I have to do is bring charcoal, then you can have a nice cookout. So I was hoping that for Milaca, I would be able to put in 4 of these grills, 3 at Rec Park, 1 at Trimble Park. And so it'd be one by the Lions shelter, and then the other shelter by the little equipment center over there, and then one by the splash pad shelter, and then one in that open area on the other side of the parkour place by the memorial. And depending on the money that is raised, we're either gonna have just steel grills or stainless steel grills there.
And have you talked with Gary?
Yeah.
Okay.
Talked with Gary before any other details were decided.
Great,
So.
so that's a big step.
He's the one that I was just gonna do Rec Park, but then he recommended one in Trimble Park as well. So.
Great, okay.
So would these mount on a pedestal then up?
Yeah, there would be, I'd have, I think about by like a 2 foot by 2 foot cement square that would be drilled in about a little bit lower than this podium. So then you can just put your charcoal in. It has adjustable grate levels, so you can get what cooking you want out of it.
And
And
how
Cody,
are
when
you
would
planning
you-
on fundraising?
I have already raised $1,200, which is almost enough for the steel grills. For steel grills, it's $1,400, but our goal is $2,700 for the stainless steel grills because they'll last 2, 3 times as long. But it depends on whatever is raised here tonight. Like if you decide to just give me the other $200 for the steel grills, they'll last for about 5-10 years before they start rusting out the bottom. Then we have to replace them again. But if we get stainless steel grills, they're supposed to last 15 plus years without having to worry about rust.
And Cody, when would these be installed?
I'm cementing them in over MEA weekend. I'm putting cement down, and then once that dries, depending on when we get grills, it'll either be the next weekend or about 2 weeks later. So, end October, beginning November, depending on how snow and rain and
Okay.
stuff like that.
All right, thank you.
Now, just a general Eagle Scout question. You haven't completed it yet, right? You're just
No.
finishing all that?
Yeah, that's what the
Yeah,
project has
the
been
project.
complete.
When do you plan to be a full?
After Eagle project, I would probably go in for Eagle board review sometime around the new year, because I still have to talk to my scoutmaster about 2 merit badges.
Okay, great. Any other questions? Anything else we need to know, or?
Do you want to know who has donated so far, or is that? So far, the people that have donated so far are Teals, Milaca Disposal, First National Bank, my family, Boas Construction, Higgy's Pizza, CB Mechanical, Aero Building Center is donating the concrete, and so far that is a total of $1,220 that has been donated to my project.
Great, okay. Anything else, anyone?
Thank you, Cody.
Yes, thank you
We
very much.
appreciate
Where are we at with that project?
that. As far as,
Donations.
we can't donate,
That's what I thought. That's why I just want to make sure we were clear on that.
yeah. So, I'm gonna look into some of our gambling funds just to make sure there might be a possibility there. But I will check with our attorney and with the state auditor as well, just to
Yeah.
make sure that we are doing it correctly.
Okay.
Because we just made those changes in the policy and, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Come and see the fire department on October 14th. and they should be work that all out. Good.
Great. Thank you, Jesse. That's great. We've had some great
Thank you.
projects by the Eagle Scouts. That's been really good. Okay. Moving on, we have nothing in miscellaneous.
I'd like to make one.
You did? Oh, yeah.
Yep. I would just like to let the public know of this new council tables that we received. These were free. All we had to do was go pick them up down in St. Paul. And then all of our guys installed and put them all back together here. So we got one really good deal down in the cities. And we kind of look through the surplus, so we get a lot of great deals through that program. I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you.
Stole my comments.
Well, then I won't start with you, Ken.
Okay.
Council comments, Laurie?
Welcome to Firehouse Bar and Grill. We're happy that we kept that business in our town. So
How's that for timing? The fire picture comes up.
It was planned.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Lindsay.
No, I have nothing.
Okay. I'll make Ken go, Ken go last. We can think about it. Go ahead.
Nothing tonight?
Sorry,
No.
Ken.
Well, I got a big one. I still say the city's done a great job with the parks. I'll keep saying that because they keep doing it, so.
Okay.
I'd have to give kudos to Gary because he really looks for all of these deals and has saved the city thousands of dollars on everything that he's found.
Yeah. So,
Okay, I have kind of a long one. I'll try not to be super long with it, but I need to update you guys on that Empowering Minnesota, Empowering Small Cities grant that we received. We've been moving forward on that. As I told you, it was a one-year grant. Our first event or project was at the home football game, the Pizza Bowl, Pizza Fest. We had a little event in the ALC to try and draw some of that crowd to gather information on, what the city wants to see. What would you like this town to look like in 10 years? If you're a college student, what would make you want to come back to Milaca? Those kind of things. What is your favorite asset in Milaca? What do you like best about it? As I said before, it's all focusing on positive things and moving forward and what can make our community better. So we got some good input. You always want more. We were hoping for a few more people, but that's how it always goes. We are following up again on homecoming, October 4th, at the big block party. We will have a tent there amongst all the others, and we'll probably do like city trivia or something. You have to have some kind of game and give candy away. That's just how it works there. So we'll do that. And then we will have the guys from the U there will be there again, and we're going to gather the same information, but condense it down to we had 5 or 6 questions, I think, that night. I think we're going to have 3. So we'll have the information that we got at the other one tallied so people can see that, and then we'll gather more information from people that night. And we hope to get a lot, because that's a big turnout for that. So we're hoping we can gather a lot more information there. So we'll be looking for the tent. It'll be a red tent. Well, there'll be 20 red tents probably, but we'll be there. I think we're going to have a banner from the University of Minnesota there that'll kind of talk about it, so you'll find us. So that we'll gather information there. Then that information will be taken by Tom Fisher down at the U, and his staff will gather all that together, and then we'll have that data and then look at it and then start building on that and making a plan from the information we've gathered from the community. So that's that direction. The other one that's taken form a little bit is the Milaca Junction and the Milaca Junction, what do you call it? Annex? Addition out there. We had again, Tom Fisher is the director of design for the University of Minnesota, is our lead guy. He met with Phil Gravel, who was our city engineer, just this past week. The 3 of us had a Zoom meeting, and they talked about creative ways Tom has he's worked for years around the world on these kind of projects, so he has a ton of knowledge on Like a development not being just you put in a sewer, you put in a road, and you do this because that's the way you do it. He has some very creative ideas of doing it different that might be environmentally friendly, that might be creative and different, that attracts funds. And that's what we're looking for. So if we can do something that would be, along the lines of, that fits into one of these grant programs, we can get funding to help pay for those projects that we have to do. And that's part of what this grant's all about, is finding us ways to afford some of the projects we want to do. So those guys had a really good discussion. They have some good ideas. And we're starting with looking at 169 to 23 to 2 to the new property. So that big square rectangle of land, and looking at all of it, not just the addition and not just, the lot that Circle K has. The whole thing, bringing all the landowners together, all the principals together, and just kind of look at it and do it as a long-range plan and a short-range plan. So we're not, let's put a building here and then 2 years from now, let's stick one there. And so we have a little more of a plan and we do it right and everybody's involved and we're all on the same page. So that's starting to take shape. That was the other part of the grant. So that meeting will be coming up as soon as we can pull everybody, well, we're not going to get everybody, as many as we can together. So both those are starting to move now. So I just wanted to update you on that you'll be seeing more and more of that as we move forward and hopefully things start happening. So.
Did you want to mention the amount of the grant that we're receiving through Empowering Cities?
For the $5,000 one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we get $5,000 through the university to do these activities. So like at the block party, if we give out candy or whatever we give out for trinkets or whatever, that's paid for out of that. If we have maybe in December, we have a meeting here, open house thing to go over results and provide coffee and cookies or whatever. We have money to do those things through that grant. So none of this is a city expense, but it will benefit the city greatly. So that's kind of where it's at right now, just so you're updated and know what's going on. And Chloe does a great job covering it in the Times. We've had great coverage from her, so that's been good. So any questions? Otherwise, I'll try and keep everybody in the loop on this and as we move forward.
Sounds good.
I think that's it. Anything else? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. So move.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. Shut that. All right, I got to enter those dates or I'm going to forget.